No. Why? Why? Okay, this is awkward. Wow, my shoulders look huge. Aquasha! Otaku girl. My name Yuta. I okay, so my parents got pizza and they left some for me, so I'm finishing it, even though it's like really uncalled for, but whatever. I've been eating chickpea sandwiches all week, so I personally feel like I deserve it. Hey, Alejandra. I'm good. I've actually been feeling kind of depressed, which is always fun. But I haven't actually had a relapse, so yeah. How are y'all? This is gonna be like super short because I was just kind of testing it out to see if anyone's like up tonight. Hey, my name Utah. What's your like actual name? Unless you just want me to call you my name Utah. I have not seen Got Seven's new music video. Oh, TR Dream! But you know what I have seen? You know what I have seen? The Superior Unit, my sons, and their friends. The unit, crafted by God Himself. Hey, Justin. Anointed and appointed. Ordained and sustained by His grace and mercy. NCT Dream, We Go Up. I still haven't listened to the album. I don't know if you guys would like me to like listen on a live or something, because like this is my first free night in like what, 5 months or something. But yeah, because like filming and editing like first listens takes me a long time. So yeah, spoiler alert, I've already read the lyrics for Drippin' and they're all grounded. Hey, Pat. I don't know, just from We Go Up, I feel like I don't know if it's like how the rest of the mini album is, but it just felt like I don't know, it just it's just they keep leveling up and it's like if God is for you, who can be against you, to be honest? Like what else are they going to do? But like on a serious note, it just sounds like well, it sounded and looked like they were like, okay, Mark isn't gonna be here, but like he wasn't the only member of the group So, me either. I love We Go Up so much. We watched Chain on Sammy Sophie Steffi, actually. We have to have like a bunch of reactions that we need to edit and put up, and that's what I'm going to do tonight. Well, like my part, I don't have any of the NCT videos, but yeah, so you can catch our reactions there. You know, my first and last, superior. Like, there's like, my first and last is to like Shiny's lineage as Limitless is to NSYNC's lineage. Like, we had already accepted and come to terms like there's never going to be like this kind of theme for like subsequent generations. We'll just have to accept whatever pops up now. And then they gave it to us 2017 edition live in living color, and I had no choice but to stand. Likewise, like I had accepted that like groups will give me some Michael Jackson vibes here and there. They'll give me nice choreo, they'll give me awesome vocals, they'll give me some runs and riffs and all of that. But they're not going to have that magic that like early Shiny gave me and just hooked me in with. And then Dream happened. And then my first and last happened. When I say I serve a living God, people think I'm joking, but here we are. I would say my first and last is their Love Like Oxygen. Cause like Love Like Oxygen, that song literally got to like 1,000 plays within 1 week of me downloading it. Jungle being added to 127, like it's the most logical thing, but I think what scares me and like a lot of other fans is like what it means for the future. Cause like it makes sense. Cause like Korea loves Jungkook. Jungkook is Korean. He's fluent in Korean. Like, why wouldn't you put him in a fixed Korean unit? And like Dreamies are already kind of set. So yeah. So it made sense to put him in there. But at the same time, I want him to be the last addition to 127, and like they debut another unit. And like that's one thing that really annoys me with like NCT is like this like need to like put things in like the current units when you can literally just make a new unit. It's not like people actually know the difference between the current units anyway, so I don't know. Like that's your entire concept, yet we still only have 3 units. We've only had one, two, three, maybe 4 or 5 iterations of you. You can have like what 5 iterations of you in a year. I mean, you probably shouldn't because that would be a lot of stress on the members because you're probably going to use the same 3 people in like all 5 iterations because you're a hot ass mess. But that's besides the point. Haechan, Jeno, and Jaemin eventually going to leave Dream. I believe they're leaving Dream. And like, it's cute, it's whatever, but I need SM to let us know what the OG7 Dreamies fixed unit is because like I said, that is a lineup ordained by the Most High. And SM knows that. So if they play with it, if they play with it, hey, Brit. Wait, what kind of tea kettle is it? If it's like a stovetop one, you just put water in and then you like turn the stove on until it boils. Hey, Anthony. Oh, I would not mess with that because I don't know how porcelain works. I have no idea. I would leave that alone. NCTX? That makes sense. I don't care what their name is. I need them, or members from that group, particularly Mark and Hechan, and some of the girls from AME. Come Christmas time, whenever AME debuts, I need them to release a joint Christmas gospel album. Because it's what we deserve, to be honest. Some EXO also trashing NCT as a whole. I mean, I guess. I don't know. I don't care. I, I guess my apathy. Hello, Minion. I guess my apathy comes from being a Shawa when EXO debuted. I mean, at least Shiny got a comeback around EXO's debut or whatever. But like, the difference in promotion was, that was a lot. So EXO can wait. EXO can chill. They're good with their revenue from like Leon 58 or whatever. I mean, let me contextualize it because I know a lot of people like weren't really around. So Shiny went to Japan 2011, I think, or so, and 2012. So they were just gone. They basically fell off the face of the earth as far as I was concerned because I couldn't follow Japanese pop culture. So they just fell off the face of the earth. And then SM released like 3 feature-length films in the name of teasers for these EXO dudes. And it was like, okay, what about Shiny? So we got more teasers, half of which were Kai, who looked like, for some reason, in like pre-debut or in the teasers, he looked so much like Taemin, or like he reminded everyone of Taemin, and everyone was like, yo, did they just clone Taemin? Are they trying, or it, will the real Taemin please stand up? Because like, not joking, if you didn't like hardcore like follow them in Japan, like we basically didn't see them. So it was just like okay, what? And then we got like a Windows Movie Maker slideshow for the teaser for Shiny. And that was that. So I mean, if EXO's taking, I mean, honestly, really, I feel like EXO is just trying to find the least awkward time because BTS is like having one hell of a year, so it's inevitable that people are going to compare the two, so they're trying to find the best time where it could just be like their comeback and that'll be that on that. No, like NCT, like now Kai doesn't really look anything like Taemin like at all. But like NCT, Jung Jungkook, like if Taeyong wasn't bad, because Taeyong doesn't really look like Jeju, he just looks like okay. So you know how like different cartoons have like a general style, and like all of the characters within that cartoon don't necessarily look exactly the same, but they're drawn in a similar style. That's how like Taeyong and Jejung are. Like they look like characters from the same universe. They don't really look alike. But Jungkook literally looks like Xia Junsu and Taemin like morphed into one being, and I'm not okay with it. Like I'm really not okay. I don't trust that sound. Oh, who else saw what's his face? Lay is making his US debut. Bruh, don't you have some Korean to sing? Like, ooh, I've never tried a bubble face mask. Oh, what's his face? Hendery or whatever? People were saying he looks like Ten, Jaehan, and Doyoung. I think it was Hendery from who's going to be in like NCT China. When is NCT China debuting? I'm happy they gave us the teasers for um regular because you know NCT's never been regular. But not even gonna lie, I'm kind of disappointed by like the like that group photo where they're just all lined up is kind of like it looks like a dispatch photo. You know those like dispatch photo shoots that they're having like with the leaders, main vocal. Nah. That's what it looks like. So if that's the poster, I'm suing. But like the actual photos that seem to involve like actual photography, I like those. Those are okay. They're kind of like they look like a mix between like NCT 2018 and Cherry Bomb. Like the Cherry Bomb like posing and then like the NCT 2018 aesthetics. Xiaojun, I've already claimed it. Claimed it. What? Claimed the bias. Like I saw it. Hey Alyssa, I have no idea where Lucas would be if not NCT China. Like what else is it like what else is he going to do? As for non-Chinese members in NCT China, I am 200% here for 10 being in NCT China. Everyone else needs to keep that stuff over there in Korea. You know what does matter? What does Weibo say? What does Weibo say? I feel like he should be in NCT China because I get that he's like NCT the soloist, but like I don't know. I feel like he also fits well with groups, so I have no idea why he wouldn't be in NCT China if they weren't going to make him the 10th member of 127. Oi, oi, oi. If they put Mark in China, I'm suing. I love him. He's my firstborn child. I would do almost anything for him. I don't want him in China. I'm hoping, I'm praying, I'm manifesting that SM has learned from EXO and Super Junior and almost FX, and they treat NCT China right. Because if NCT China is truly NCT in China, meaning SM at its very best in China, which just like turns up, enhances, brings out, further just zests up SM's very best, I'm actually suing in an international court of law if they mess it up. Because that's like, it's a class action lawsuit because that's like an unheard of level of distress on so many different people for no reason, like no actual reason. It's just not right. Okay, so I'm going to wash the dishes and settle back in so I can edit some videos and I might get on live like an hour and a half. Would anyone still be here, or is everyone like waking up to go to school slash work like responsible human beings? I feel like SM, like I don't even know if it's xenophobia at this point or if it's just like I don't know, being like I don't like almost an egomaniac. Like they dissolved XOM just so they could be the number one boy band in Korea. And for how long, sis? Your spot got taken in the end. So like, what was the point? Well, literally, what was the point? China closed its doors. You could have been getting 10% of some China money. Now you're getting 0%. Like what's really good? Like every single time I see Chris Wu release yet another mediocre mumble rap song, I just think of how his like sauce, how his connect could have linked up one of EXO's vocalists with like American artists, and I could have possibly heard some of that shit on my radio state. Like, it hurts my feelings. It hurts my feelings. I mean, what else is it, Anthony? Like, what else is it? And like, I can't even hate. Cause like, what is Chris Wu's like actual like artistic talent? Like exceptional or like even just above average talent? But he still has people's attention. But he's still making these records. He's still linking up with all of these artists. And you just threw that out? Like, do you like imagine Chris's sauce with SM's resources? Do we like, are we understanding how powerful SM's production could, like, not even just production, just their network, how expansive, how inescapable it could have been with Chris on their team, properly utilized, not in Korea talking about Nesal Ania for like what? For what? For what? For what? To get clowned 3 years later, 5 years later? You perform at the Olympics, people are like, nah, that shit's old, dog. Like, world domination was right in your hand. And you just, Korea. Literally, my vocal bias in EXO when they debuted was Kyungsu. My bias, I just want to look at him all day, was Kai. Both of them were in XOK. Who did I end up following? XOM. I don't even like any, like there wasn't even anything in particular that I liked about any of the XOM members, but they just had the sauce. They of the sauce. Are you listening to me, Cube Entertainment? You never get rid of the sauce. Cause when someone is just like not particularly exceptionally talented, they aren't the like there isn't anything in particular that they do like super great, but they have that pull. That is power. That's nothing but power. And you don't throw that away. Like, I'm just like the way, like, and China isn't even really that much more accessible than like Japan for like a Korean, like a Western Korean pop culture consumer. Cause like they don't really allow YouTube. They're not going to like pull stuff off YouTube, but that's not really, if you're aiming for the Chinese market, that's not really where you're pushing things. Like China basically has its own like cybersphere that's kind of completely separate from the rest of the world. So like it wasn't like it was easier or it was just as easy to navigate as like Korean pop culture stuff. So like that wasn't it. They just had the sauce and SM just threw it away. And they were actually interesting and unique within their like context, within their bubble. Like I remember specifically like there was like some sort of Chinese countdown theme. And like all of the songs lead because XOM was number one with Mama and Mama is Mama. And like literally all of the songs leading up to it were like really chill and like whatever. And then there was like, yeah, careless, shoot anonymous. Like it was so different and like interesting and like, ooh, what is this? And then of course, Chinese media doesn't really care who SM is. And like it's just a way different like landscape than like Korean media. So like the way they were being interviewed and like the things that they were doing was just really, really interesting. Whereas like EXO, they're in pretty much, you know, SM's kingdom and they're just like super prim and proper and just boring, to be honest. Like there wasn't really anything super interesting about them. happened? Oh, Anthony. Anthony, don't get me started. Don't get me started on BAP. Don't get me started on these trash companies. When I tell you, I don't know, people want to clown me because, like, I don't know. I don't know. I know we love to, like, take things super seriously and be like, oh my God, I can't say capitalism's bad. What about Kim Jong-un and what? There is no ethical consumption under capitalism, and the corollary to that fact is there is no ethical production under capitalism, especially not with freaking idle pop music. Are you serious? There's no company that's perfect. There's no, like, JYP is cute or whatever. JYP is cute, but like, that's pretty much the only company that comes to mind that's like cute. Like really like cocky, privileged rich kid who like kind of like they're whatever, they have money so they can do all these like really interesting things and they got like internships or whatever because their parents are this person or that person in high school and it's like cool in high school. But then once you graduate, they end up in like a pretty they have a successful life because like they have that connect, but it's nothing like if I had that connect, what I could have done, they haven't even done like a quarter of it. So it's just like, okay, cool, you have like a nice cushy job at this big company. That was a given. You didn't do anything above and beyond with what you were given. So that's basically SM. In my opinion, that's what it feels like with SM. It's just like you could like that's why whenever people I don't even remember what it was. I think it was because like I think it was last year someone mentioned BTS and NCT being on Apple Music or whatever, and then like some N citizens were getting like really irate and really like they're getting really buck or whatever. And being like, yeah, NCT is like the next big global boy band. And it's like, girl, they're from SM Entertainment. They're already out. You know why? Because SM doesn't know how to act. SM doesn't know how to act. And that's just that. Okay, I feel like my perception is like really different as far as like BTS is concerned, because like I've literally heard about them since not even since their debut. I've heard about them since their pre-debut. So like sometimes like I don't because like I do follow a few people who are kind of like Nugu stans. So like they like a bunch of new groups and they're always giving new groups a chance. So maybe my perception is skewed, but like they were huge for rookies from how I saw it cuz like I wasn't even checking for rookies at that time, but everyone was like BTS BTS. Oh my gosh, BTS Bangtan, Bangtan, Bangtan. YG's awful. Like YG's such trash. YG is such trash. Like Icon is just now kind of promoting like a group. And it's just like you've made all this money, but where's the impact? Where's the impact? You have like one like major monster hit. You should have like three by now. If you actually were promoted and molded and pushed the way you're supposed to be. I think BTS seems like younger because like a lot of like they haven't been big since their debut. So like people have kind of only been paying attention since maybe 2015. And by 2015, like EXO was already like EXO could have been has-beens in 2015 if we're like to give an idea. And another thing with like EXO BTS comparisons that always makes me like, is it really a good comparison? Aside from the fact that they're just like, they're very, very different groups. Aside from that, like EXO is literally functioning at like half capacity, basically. They're like, depending on how you view it, they're like 2/3 to 3/4 of their like full lineup. Like SM had all of these trainees that they were looking at from all over the world, and they chose those 12 people for a specific reason, and a whole third of them are gone now. So it's like if BTS lost, even if we like say they lose their most quote unquote useless members, if BTS lost like V, Jin, and let's say J-Hope on BTS, obviously. So like I don't know, that's a theme that I feel like a lot of people don't really mention at all. And that's not like an excuse or whatever for like EXO, it's just it's a fact. Carly, YG had a whole 21 and just threw that away. CL was, I don't care what anyone says. 21 could have performed at the Super Bowl if YG had his head in the motherfucking game. And that's just that on that. You can't convince me otherwise. They could have done it. I was hearing their stuff at football games, at basketball games. Nega Che Chalaga was playing throughout the US without proper promotion. Put those girls on. I still have like chip stains. Like I really do need to go wash. But like if you put them on the Today Show,